I still don't know why I came, I muttered under my breath as I stepped into the glittering ballroom. Ryan's voice buzzed in my ear through my phone. Because you're stubborn and allergic to common sense. I'm serious, I whispered. Look at this place. I don't belong here. Relax, Daniel, Ryan said. It's just a wedding. Easy for you to say, I replied. You're not the family disappointment. I ended the call and slipped my phone into my pocket, tried to ignore the way my cheap suit suddenly felt tighter under the crystal lights. Everywhere I looked, people were dressed in designer clothes, laughing like they had never worried about money a day in their lives. I exhaled slowly. Just get through this and leave. A waiter passed by. Champagne, sir. I shook my head. No, thanks. My eyes drifted toward the stage, and that's when I saw her. Emily Carter. Even from a distance, she looked calm, soft, like she actually believed today would be perfect. I swallowed. Weird, I murmured. Why does she look familiar? Because I already knew why. 2 weeks ago, I had bumped into her outside a bookstore. She had dropped her papers, and I'd helped pick them up. You're very kind, she had told me back then with a small smile. I hadn't expected to see her again, definitely not like this. I shifted in my seat. Poor girl, marrying into this family. Music began to play softly, and the guests straightened. The ceremony was starting. Victor stood at the altar, looking polished and confident like always. My cousin had never struggled for anything in his life. Of course he gets a fairy tale, I muttered. The officiant cleared his throat. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. Something felt off. I frowned slightly. Why does this feel tense? Emily stepped forward, her white dress flowing behind her. For a second, her eyes swept across the crowd, and I swear they paused on me. I stiffened. No way she remembers me. Victor reached for her hands. The officiant smiled. We will now begin the vows. Emily took a small breath. Victor, Stop. The words sliced through the ballroom like glass shattering. Every head snapped toward the entrance. I turned slowly, my stomach dropping. A woman stood there, breathing hard, eyes red but blazing with determination. Sophia Blake. Oh, hell, I whispered. Victor's face drained of color. Sophia? She walked forward step by step, heels clicking sharply against the marble floor. You didn't really think, she said loudly, voice trembling, that you could marry someone else without talking to me first, did you, Victor? The room erupted into whispers. I leaned forward in my chair. This just got ugly. Emily's fingers slowly slipped from Victor's grip. Her voice came out small. Victor, what is she talking about? Victor didn't answer immediately. That silence was loud. Too loud. Sophia let out a shaky laugh. Wow, you didn't even tell her about me? Victor rubbed his forehead. Sophia, this isn't the time. Not the time, she shot back. You promised me you just needed space. My jaw tightened. He did not just say that. Emily's face was losing color fast. Victor, is this true? He hesitated again. That was the moment something inside my chest twisted. Sophia stepped closer, tears streaming now. Tell her, Victor. Tell her you still love me. The guests leaned in like vultures. Victor's voice came out low. Sophia, Emily whispered, please don't lie to me. I gripped the edge of my chair. Say something, idiot. Victor closed his eyes briefly, and then he made the worst mistake of his life. I never stopped caring about Sophia. A collective gasp swept through the hall. Emily froze. Completely. Utterly. Frozen. I pushed halfway out of my seat before I even realized I was moving. You gotta be kidding me. Emily's lips parted slightly. Victor. You're joking, right? No one laughed. Sophia stepped forward and grabbed Victor's hand, and he didn't pull away. My stomach dropped. Emily's voice cracked. You're really doing this? Right now? Victor looked torn, but not enough. I'm sorry, Emily. The words landed like a gunshot. Silence swallowed the ballroom. Emily blinked once. Twice. Then she turned and ran. Before I could think, before I could stop myself, I was already on my feet. Yeah, I muttered, heart pounding. I'm definitely not sitting this one out. I sank deeper into my chair, trying to make myself small, but I couldn't look away. Sophia's voice cut through the hall like a blade. You didn't think you could just walk away from me, Victor? She demanded, tears streaming, voice trembling yet sharp. Victor swallowed hard. Sophia, please, not here. Not here, she laughed bitterly. Where then? At home? At dinner? You promised me honesty. I clenched my fists. Unbelievable. Emily's lips quivered. Victor, what's going on? Victor hesitated, looking around at the stunned guests, then back at Sophia. You what? Sophia's voice rose. Say it. I felt my jaw tighten. Say it. He's about to destroy her. Emily's eyes welled up. Victor, please don't lie. I'm not lying, Emily, he said slowly. I never stopped caring about Sophia. The words hit the room like thunder. Emily froze. Her small voice trembled. You're leaving me? Victor's eyes flicked away, avoiding hers. I don't know what to do. Sophia stepped closer, reaching for him. Tell her you still love me, Victor. Say it. Victor took a shaky breath. I still care about you, Sophia. I felt bile rise in my throat. Oh my God. Emily's hands fell to her sides. She trembled, her beautiful dress doing nothing to hide her humiliation. You're really doing this right now? She whispered. Victor didn't answer. Sophia's tears fell freely now, but her eyes were wild, victorious. See? You promised me. I wanted to shout, to grab him and shake him. How can he be this stupid? Emily's voice cracked. Victor, I trusted you. He swallowed again. I'm sorry. Her face crumpled. For a second, she looked like she might fall. My chest tightened, a knot forming that refused to loosen. Emily, I whispered under my breath. No, don't let him. The room was silent, except for the faint sound of guests murmuring. Cameras flashed, capturing every tear and gasp. Emily blinked rapidly. I can't believe this. Victor stepped toward Sophia. Let's go. Her hand found his instantly. Emily's lips parted in a soundless gasp. I swallowed hard. Memories flooded me. Betrayal, humiliation, loss I had buried. It hit me like a punch to the gut. Her small frame turned, and she ran. Emily, I shouted instinctively, standing up, nearly tripping over a chair. She didn't look back. Her white dress flowed behind her as she disappeared through the crowd, leaving stunned guests in her wake. I hesitated, my mind racing. My heart screamed at me to stop her, to chase after her. My legs moved before my brain could catch up. Wait, I called, ducking past guests. Daniel, a voice whispered behind me. I didn't answer. My focus was only on her, the woman standing alone outside the grand doors, shivering slightly, tears streaking her cheeks. I caught up, my breath ragged. Hey, Emily, wait. She didn't stop at first. I jogged closer. Please, don't go like this. Not alone. She glanced at me, startled. You shouldn't even be here. I don't care, I said, voice hoarse. You don't have to face this by yourself. She shook her head, voice cracking. I can't. You can, I said firmly, stepping closer. I won't let him hurt you anymore. Her eyes met mine for a brief moment, full of pain and disbelief. She started, then faltered, sniffing. Sure, I said. Just let me be here. Please. Finally, she slowed, letting me fall in a step beside her as we walked into the cool night air. The chaos behind us felt distant, but my chest still throbbed. Why are you doing this? She whispered. Because I can't not do it, I said. Something inside me had awakened, a determination I couldn't ignore. No one was going to abandon her, not while I was standing. And I realized, with a clarity that scared me, I wouldn't let her face this nightmare alone. I wouldn't let anyone ever humiliate her like that again. Ever. The night air hit me like a slap as I stepped out, the cold sharp against my cheeks. Emily was there, sitting on the marble steps, her dress pooling around her like spilled cream. I froze for a moment, unsure if I should speak. She didn't notice me at first. Her hands trembled, clutching her bouquet like it could somehow anchor her. I feel like everyone is laughing at me, she whispered, voice barely carrying over the wind. I swallowed hard. No one's laughing, I said quickly, even though I knew that was a lie. Some of the guests were still peeking out, cameras clicking in the distance. Her head dropped. You don't understand. It's not just the people here. It's everything. I feel like I failed. I stepped closer, the words coming before I could stop them. If he doesn't want you, then marry me. Her head shot up, eyes wide, mouth slightly open. You what? I said. If he doesn't want you, I will. Marry you. My voice came out stronger than I felt. She blinked, searching my face. Are you joking? I shook my head. I'm not. I mean it. I don't want to see you humiliated like this. Not by him, not by anyone. Emily laughed softly, but it was broken, bitter. You barely know me. I know enough. My gaze didn't waver. And even if I barely know you, I can't just let him hurt you like this. She looked down again, fiddling with her dress. This is insane. I don't even know what to say. You don't have to say anything now. I crouched slightly to meet her eyes. Just think about it. You deserve better than that man. She laughed again, quieter this time, a sad melodic sound. Better than Victor? Yes, I said firmly. Better than him. Better than anyone who would choose someone else over you at your most vulnerable moment. She shook her head slowly. And you? Why are you doing this? Why me? I hesitated, searching for the right words. Because I can't stand by and watch. I won't. I don't care what anyone thinks. Not tonight. Her lips parted, and she studied me. For a moment, I thought she might stand up and run again. You're serious? She asked softly. I nodded. Completely serious. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Emily swallowed, eyes flicking down to the bouquet in her lap, then back up. This is sudden. Dangerous. People would talk. I don't care, I said. They already are. Let them. You think Victor's betrayal hasn't already been seen? She laughed, quieter this time, more genuine, a little smile breaking through. You're bold. Insane, maybe, but bold. I'm probably both. I admitted, feeling heat rise in my chest. But I'm serious about you. I want to protect you. If you let me. Emily's eyes softened, a flicker of hope mixed with disbelief. Protect me? From him. From everything that would hurt you, I said. I can't fix what happened tonight, but I can try to make sure it never happens again. She stayed silent for a long moment, just staring at me, and I realized how vulnerable she looked under the moonlight, fragile and beautiful. She began, then stopped. I don't know what to say. Say nothing. I insisted gently. Just trust me for now. She nodded slightly, eyes flicking to the dark street behind her. And if someone sees this? I don't care, I said. Let them see what real courage looks like. Her lips curved into a tentative smile. You're crazy. Maybe, I admitted, smiling too. But the world's already crazy tonight. Doesn't hurt to add one more crazy thing that matters. Emily laughed quietly again, letting her hands fall from her lap. She looked at me fully now, as if seeing me for the first time. I don't know if I can, she whispered. You don't have to decide tonight, I said. Just know that I mean it. I'm not going anywhere. She nodded again, and this time it felt different. Not fear, not despair. Something like trust, fragile but real. Somewhere in the shadows, I heard a faint shuffle. Someone was nearby, listening. I didn't care. All that mattered was her. I need to think, she said softly. Take all the time you want, I said, standing to match her gaze. I'll wait. The cold wind whipped around us, but it didn't matter. For the first time tonight, I felt like maybe something good could come out of all this chaos. And I knew, deep down, that this moment had changed everything. I rubbed my eyes and stared at my phone. Of course, this is trending, I muttered. Ryan's text popped up. You're about to be famous for all the wrong reasons. I typed back quickly. Famous or infamous, I don't care. Just keep calm. The scandal was everywhere. Headlines screamed about Victor, Sophia, and the ruined wedding. Comments flooded in, some cruel, some shocked, all brutal. I shoved the phone into my pocket and sighed. Well, that's one way to start the day. Emily appeared in the doorway, looking fragile in her dress from last night. Daniel, what are we going to do? We go there, I said, voice steady. Breakfast with the Hayes clan. Time to make things right. Her eyes widened. Breakfast? You mean with your family? After everything? I shrugged. After everything, yes. It's time someone said what needs saying. We walked into the dining room together. The room went quiet immediately. My Aunt Margaret Hayes sat at the head of the table, eyebrows arched, coffee in hand. Victor was smirking across from her. Sophia hovered near the kitchen, arms crossed, smirk fading as soon as she saw me. Daniel, Margaret said, voice dripping with curiosity. Sleep well. I took a deep breath. I slept fine. Thank you. Victor leaned back, smirking. Funny. You look like you didn't. Funny, I said, voice calm, because what I'm about to say might surprise you. Margaret raised an eyebrow. Oh, and what is that? I straightened. I'm going to marry Emily Carter. The room froze, then erupted. Margaret laughed, sharp and mocking. You? Marry Emily? After last night? That's rich. Victor leaned forward, disbelief written all over his face. Wait, what? You can't be serious. I am, I said evenly. Completely serious. Sophia's confident smirk faltered. Her eyes widened. You what? Emily, standing quietly beside me, shifted slightly. I accept, she said softly. The room went silent again. Margaret blinked. Excuse me. I said, I accept. Emily repeated, voice firmer this time. Victor's jaw dropped. You're serious? Both of you? Yes, I said. We're serious. And we're not asking for permission. Margaret huffed, shaking her head. This is absurd. He's your cousin, Daniel. What are you thinking? I'm thinking it's time someone respected Emily, I said. It's time someone chose her for who she is, not because of money, status, or fear. Victor scoffed. This is impossible. Nobody does this. You don't even know her properly. I know enough, I replied firmly. I know enough to see she deserves better than what you offered her. Emily glanced at me, giving the smallest nod. I trust him, she said quietly. Margaret leaned forward, glaring. Trust him? After this? You two are ridiculous. I'd rather be ridiculous and honest than fake and cruel, I said. Victor rubbed his forehead. You think this makes you better than me? No, I said calmly. I just think it's time for her to have a say in her own life. Sophia's face went pale. She opened her mouth to retort, but didn't. For once, the confident spark was gone. Emily's hand brushed mine lightly. It's okay, she whispered. I squeezed it gently. It's more than okay. We'll be fine. Margaret leaned back, sighing. Fine. Then I suppose we have to accept this madness. Victor shook his head in disbelief. I can't believe this. I can, I said, because someone finally had the courage to do the right thing. Sophia looked at us, stunned. You two are insane. Maybe, Emily said softly, her voice steady now. But we're serious. I met her eyes. Her calm confidence steadied me. Exactly, I said. Margaret pinched the bridge of her nose. Well, if this is happening, then I suppose I can't stop it. But you better know, Daniel, this won't be easy. I wouldn't expect it to be, I replied. But neither would Emily. And that's exactly why we're doing it. Victor muttered under his breath, still processing. This can't be real. It is real, I said, voice unwavering. And it's happening whether anyone likes it or not. Sophia turned abruptly, storming out. Margaret shook her head, muttering. Victor sat frozen, unable to speak. Emily leaned slightly closer to me. Thank you, she whispered. For what? I asked quietly. For standing with me, she said. Always, I whispered back. The power in the room had shifted. It wasn't just Emily's choice anymore. It was ours, and nobody could take that away. I glanced around once, feeling the tension, the shock, the disbelief. A quiet satisfaction settled in my chest. This morning, everything had changed. And for the first time, I felt like I had won something real. Emily sat across from me at the small cafe, her hands wrapped tightly around her coffee. Daniel, are we really doing this? I took a slow sip of mine. We have to. There's no turning back now. She frowned. It doesn't feel like a choice anymore. It feels real. I gave her a small, wry smile. That's the problem, isn't it? Before she could answer, my phone buzzed. A text from Ryan. Meet me. Urgent. I frowned. I need to step out for a minute. She reached across the table, gripping my hand. Be careful. I always am, I said, though my stomach churned. Outside, Victor waited, leaning against the car. Daniel, he said smoothly, eyes sharp. A word. I crossed my arms. About? You know exactly about what, he said, voice low. Emily, this thing you're doing? You need to know your place. I'm not here for your approval, I replied evenly. Victor laughed softly, menacing. You'll regret crossing me. I stared him down. And you'll regret underestimating me. He smirked and walked away, leaving a tension that lingered like smoke. I exhaled slowly. Great. That just happened. Ryan appeared from the side street. Eyes narrowed. You need to be careful, Daniel. This isn't just Victor. People are watching, waiting for a mistake. I know, I said. Thanks for the warning. He shook his head. No, I mean it. You're stepping into a storm. One wrong move, and everything collapses. I can handle it, I muttered. Can you? He asked sharply. Because I've seen this family, Daniel. They don't forgive. They don't forget. I didn't answer immediately. Instead, I ran a hand over my face. I'll be fine. Ryan narrowed his eyes, unconvinced. We'll see. Back at Emily's apartment, I found her unpacking some of her things from the rushed move-in. You look tense, she said softly. I've been cornered, I admitted. Victor, Ryan warning me, the family, everyone. She tilted her head. And yet you're still smiling. Not smiling, I said, sitting beside her. Just surviving. The next day, we attended a formal family meeting. Lucas Grant, Victor's business partner, was already there, leaning casually against the wall, observing us like a predator sizing up prey. Lucas, Victor greeted him. This is Daniel Hayes. Lucas's eyes flicked over me, calculating. Ah, the infamous Daniel, he said smoothly, almost mocking. So you're the man who stole Emily Carter from her wedding. I didn't flinch. I prefer rescuer. He smirked. Touché. Emily squeezed my hand under the table. Ignore him, she whispered. I nodded, keeping my calm. I intend to. After the meeting, Ryan caught up with me outside. That Lucas guy isn't just a businessman. He's dangerous. Watch your back. I can handle him, I said, but even as the words left my mouth, doubt crept in. Later, Emily and I walked through the park, tried to escape the tension. Do you ever think we're in over our heads? She asked quietly. I hesitated. All the time. Her fingers brushed mine. But it doesn't feel like a fake arrangement anymore. I swallowed, nodding. I know, and that scares me more than anything. Me too, she admitted, eyes meeting mine. I don't want this to be just a shield against Victor. I want it to mean something real. I paused, taking a deep breath. I want it to mean something real too. She smiled faintly. Then we just have to survive until it can. I nodded, feeling the weight settle heavier than before. And trust me, we will. No matter what comes next. But even as I said it, I knew danger lurked on every side. Victor's threats, Sophia's whispers, Lucas watching, and the family's disapproval. The storm was coming. And somehow, Emily and I would face it together. I squeezed her hand, silently promising, I won't let anything hurt us. Not now. Not ever. She leaned slightly against me. I hope you mean that. I do, I said quietly, though my heart thudded with tension. Because this was only the beginning, and enemies were already circling. I sat at my desk, phone in hand, staring at the emails piling up. Lucas Grant's name kept appearing, subtle threats, pressure points, carefully worded. I muttered under my breath. So it wasn't just Victor being weak, it was orchestrated. Ryan's text buzzed. I told you. That guy's dangerous. Watch your back. I am. I typed back quickly, but I need proof. I dialed Emily. You awake? A soft, tired voice answered, barely. What's wrong? Nothing, I said. Just you got a minute? She appeared at my door 20 minutes later, wrapped in a blanket. Daniel, it's late. I know, I admitted. I need to talk. Something's not adding up with Victor and Sophia. Her brow furrowed. What do you mean? I sighed, running a hand over my face. Lucas. He's been pressuring Victor behind the scenes. Sophia's attack at the wedding? I don't think it was spontaneous. Emily's eyes widened. You think she planned it? Exactly. And Victor? He's been too weak to stop it, probably threatened by Lucas. She shivered. All this, I thought Victor's betrayal was personal, but it's business. It's more than that, I said. It's manipulation, control, and it nearly destroyed you. Emily sank onto the couch. I feel so small, like I've been a pawn all along. No, I said quickly, kneeling beside her. Not small, strong enough to survive it. But I hesitated. I want to protect you in a way I can't explain. Her head lifted. Protect me? Yes, I said firmly. From them, from their schemes, from anyone who would hurt you. And I will. Emily exhaled shakily. I don't know if I've ever felt safe before. You will, I promised. From now on, I won't let anyone take advantage of you again. Not Victor, not Sophia, not Lucas. She nodded slowly. It's just, I trusted him. I thought. I was happy, and he threw it all away. I don't think I can ever forgive that. You don't have to, I said. Not yet. Not ever, if you don't want to. But you could trust me. Her hand found mine, squeezing tightly. I want to. I felt a strange surge in my chest. Protective, fierce, something I didn't understand fully. I leaned back slightly, letting the feeling settle. Then my phone buzzed. Multiple notifications. I frowned. Not now, I muttered, unlocking the screen. The latest headlines made my stomach drop. Daniel Hayes accused of fraud. Wedding plans in jeopardy. What? Emily whispered, leaning over my shoulder. I don't know, I admitted, eyes scanning the posts. Someone's trying to ruin me. Right before the wedding. Her hand went to her mouth. This can't be real. I wish it wasn't, I said. I've handled Victor, Sophia, Lucas, now this. It's timed perfectly to scare us. Emily shook her head. Daniel, what do we do? First, I said, standing, we don't panic. Second, we figure out who's behind it. And third, I looked at her, voice low but steady, we survive it. Together. She nodded, biting her lip. It's just, I feel like every time we take one step forward, 2 steps back. That's life, I said bluntly. But I won't let them win. Not this time. Her eyes met mine, filled with trust and fear at the same time. You really mean that? I do, I said. I mean it more than anything. You've been hurt enough. You won't be hurt again, not by anyone I can stop. She leaned against me briefly. I've never felt this before. Safe, cared for, even when everything's falling apart. I smiled faintly. You should. You deserve it. Her hand lingered in mine. I'm scared. So am I admitted quietly. But that's why we'll get through it. Side by side. I look back at my phone again, the notifications still piling up. This is going to get messy. Lucas, Victor, Sophia, whoever's behind this, they think they can control us. They won't, Emily said softly. I nodded. No, they won't. Not us. Not now. Not ever. Her eyes flicked to mine, resolute and soft at the same time. Then we fight, Daniel. Together. Together, I echoed. And as I held her hand tighter, I realized something terrifying and thrilling. The closer we grew, the more real this fake arrangement became. And the storm wasn't over yet. Somewhere out there, someone was already plotting the next move. But I was ready. And this time, I wouldn't let anything destroy us. My phone buzzed relentlessly. Every notification screamed disaster. Daniel Hayes involved in scandalous past affair. Wedding chaos continues. Emily Carter caught in deception. I sank into the couch, running a hand through my hair. The world felt like it was closing in. Emily walked in, eyes wide, holding her phone. Daniel, these headlines, people are saying awful things about you. About us. I looked at her. Her face, usually soft and kind, now held a shadow of doubt. Emily, I started, but she cut me off. I don't know if I can trust this, Daniel. How am I supposed to believe anything anymore? My chest tightened. You think I don't feel the same? This hurts more than anything. Seeing you question me, even for a second. She looked down. It's not just me. Everyone's talking. I don't know what to think. I took a deep breath. Then let me show you. Not with words. With action. Before she could respond, my phone buzzed again. Victor's smug grin flashed across the screen from a viral video he posted, mocking me. Victor, I muttered under my breath. You just don't quit, do you? Emily bit her lip. He's enjoying this. Sophia, too. They're trying to break us. They won't, I said sharply. Not this time. Later, Margaret called the family into the lounge. Her tone was sharp. Everyone, Daniel has brought nothing but shame. I say we cut him off entirely. Protect the family's reputation. Victor smirked, sitting back, clearly pleased. I agree. He's proven himself unreliable yet again. Sophia appeared, eyes gleaming. And Emily, darling, Are you really going to stay with him after everything? Publicly, she let the insult hang malicious. Emily flinched, and I felt my heart twist. Stop, I said, voice low but firm. Enough. Margaret snapped her gaze at me. Daniel, you will listen. You've embarrassed us enough. I won't allow this marriage to proceed under false pretenses. I clenched my fists. False pretenses? Do you even know anything about us? About me? No. You're judging from the outside, twisting everything. Victor leaned forward, voice taunting. And what? You think you can survive this? Protect Emily while destroying yourself. I swallowed hard, looking at Emily. Her expression mirrored the fear and uncertainty in my own chest. I can't let them manipulate you like this, I whispered. Emily's voice trembled. Daniel, I don't know if I can. I cut in firmly. No, listen to me. You're not going anywhere. Not tonight. Not ever. I won't allow anyone, Victor, Sophia, even your own family, to hurt you. Sophia scoffed, stepping closer. And what will you do? Fight the world for her. Pathetic. I met her gaze evenly. No, I'll do what I have to. And if that means everyone in this room thinks I'm crazy, so be it. Margaret hissed, voice low. Daniel. I said enough. I snapped. Emily, come with me. Her hand found mine, hesitant but trusting. Where? Anywhere but here. Anywhere they can't touch us, I said. Victor laughed. You think you can run from this? It's bigger than you. I didn't respond. I led Emily out of the room, past stunned relatives and gloating enemies. Outside, the cold night air hit us. I held her close. Look at me. We're stronger than they think. I won't let them win. Emily's lips trembled. I'm scared. So am I admitted. But I'd rather fight with you than let them destroy us without trying. Her hand squeezed mine. Then we fight. I nodded, determination flaring. We fight. And this time, I don't run. Not from them. Not from you, not from anything. Her eyes met mine, hesitant but resolute. Together? Together, I said, voice unwavering. I could feel the shift beginning, a small edge of power returning. The storm wasn't over, but for the first time tonight, I was ready to face it head on. Victor, Sophia, Margaret, they thought they had me cornered. They were wrong, and I was done hiding. I stared at the phone as the latest headline flashed across the screen. They're falling apart, I muttered, barely breathing. Emily stepped closer. What is it now? She asked softly. I turned the screen toward her. Lucas's emails leaked. Someone finally talked. Her eyes widened. You're serious? I nodded. The board is already questioning Victor's deals. Emily exhaled slowly. So the truth is coming out. Piece by piece, I said. And this time, I'm not the one being dragged. My phone buzzed again. I answered. Yeah. You seeing this? Mark's voice crackled through. Victor's investors are panicking. I leaned back. Good. Let them panic. You sound too calm, Mark said. Aren't you enjoying this? I smiled faintly. I don't need revenge. Karma's already clocked in. Emily glanced at me. You've changed, she whispered. I met her gaze. Had to. Running never fixed anything. Before she could reply, the office door slammed open. Victor stormed in. You think this is funny? He snapped. I stayed seated. You look stressed. Don't play games with me, he growled. You set this up. I raised an eyebrow. Did I? Or did your own secrets finally get tired of hiding? Emily stepped beside me. Maybe stop blaming everyone else, Victor. He froze. You're defending him now? Emily's voice turned sharp. I'm defending the truth. Victor laughed bitterly. You really think he's clean? My chest tightened, but I kept my voice steady. Dig all you want. I'm done hiding. Victor stepped closer. You're going to regret this. I finally stood. No, Victor. For once I won't. Silence stretched between us. Emily slipped her hand into mine. We're not afraid anymore, she said. Victor's jaw tightened. This isn't over. I gave a calm shrug. It never was. He turned sharply and walked out, the door slamming behind him. Mark's voice returned through the phone. Was that him? Yeah, I said quietly. Sounded ugly, Mark muttered. I looked at Emily. Ugly's just the beginning. She squeezed my hand. Whatever comes, I'm here. I studied her face. No doubts this time. Emily shook her head. Not anymore. I see who you really are. Something heavy finally lifted inside me. Then stay close, I said softly. Things are about to get messy. My phone buzzed again with another alert. Emily frowned. More bad news. I glanced at the screen, then allowed myself a slow breath. Not for us. What is it? She pressed. I turned the phone toward her. Sophia's statement just got fact-checked. Emily's eyes widened, and I let a quiet smile form. It's collapsing. She let out a shaky laugh. So this is what justice looks like. I squeezed her hand. No, this is just the beginning. Emily leaned closer. Are you ready for what comes next? I met her steady gaze. I've been ready longer than they think. Good, she said firmly. Because they won't stop easily. I nodded. Neither will I. My phone rang again. I answered without looking. Talk. You need to see this right now, Mark urged. Send it, I replied. Seconds later, the file arrived. Emily watched my face. What happened? I exhaled slowly. Lucas just got officially named in the investigation. Her lips parted. That's huge. Yeah, I said quietly. The house of cards is finally shaking. Emily straightened. Then we stay smart, right? I gave a calm nod. We stay patient. She studied me carefully. You're really different now. I allowed a small breath. Pain teaches fast. Emily stepped closer. I'm glad you didn't break. I looked straight ahead. I bent. I just didn't stay down. My phone buzzed once more. Emily sighed. Another storm? I checked the screen, then slipped the phone into my pocket. No. She raised an eyebrow. Then what? I allowed myself the calmest smile I'd worn in weeks. Just karma collecting its debt. Emily squeezed my hand again. Then we finally breathed. She whispered. I shook my head slowly. Not yet. Why not? She asked softly. I glanced toward the closed door. Because men like Victor don't fall quietly. Emily lifted her chin. Then we stand louder. I felt a rare calm settle inside me. Yeah, I said quietly. This time we finished the whole war. I stood at the front of the small chapel, my heart beating harder than any battle I'd ever faced. Emily stepped beside me. You okay? She whispered. I let out a slow breath. More than okay. Just finally ready. She smiled softly. Then don't keep me waiting. I chuckled under my breath. I've waited long enough for you. The officiant cleared his throat, but I barely heard him. My focus stayed on her. Do you trust me? I asked quietly. Emily squeezed my hand. With everything I have. My chest tightened. Then, I'm not letting go again. Good, she said, voice trembling. Because neither am I. We exchanged vows, simple but real, every word cutting deeper than the past ever did. From the corner of my eye, I noticed Victor standing far back. Emily followed my glance. Do you regret anything? She asked. I shook my head. Not anymore. Even after everything, she pressed. I lifted our joined hands. Especially after everything. She breathed out slowly. Then this is real, isn't it? I smiled, feeling something steady settle inside me. The realest thing I've ever had. The officiant nodded. You may kiss your bride. I leaned closer. Ready for forever? I murmured. Emily laughed softly. I've been ready. I kissed her, slow and certain, and the weight of the past finally loosened. She rested her forehead against mine. We made it, she whispered. I held her tighter. Yeah, we did. As quiet applause rose around us, one truth settled deep in my chest. The worst betrayal of my life hadn't destroyed me. It had led me straight to her. I laced my fingers through hers. This time, I said softly, I didn't lose. For the first time in years, I finally knew I was exactly where I belonged right now.